Imagine yourself 10 years from now, not just a vague idea, but truly picture it, the way you walk, the way you talk, the life you've built. That person, your future self, is watching you right now, waiting, hoping that you make the right choices today. Every decision, every effort, every sacrifice you make now determines whether that future version of you will thank you or regret that you didn't try harder. The world has a way of distracting us, of making us believe that we have time to change, time to improve, time to start tomorrow. But tomorrow is a lie we tell ourselves when we are afraid to act today. The truth is, the clock is ticking and your future self is counting on you to make every moment matter. Some people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment, but the perfect moment doesn't exist. What exists is the willingness to begin, the willingness to take risks, to fail, to learn, and to grow, the willingness to look fear in the face and say, I will not let you define me. There will be days when the road ahead seems uncertain, when doubt whispers in your ear telling you to quit. But remember this, the people who change the world, the people who build extraordinary lives, are not the ones who never struggled. They are the ones who refused to give up. They kept going when no one believed in them. They stood firm when the world told them to sit down. You were not born to be ordinary. You were not given this life to simply exist and fade away. There is a fire inside you, a purpose that only you can fulfill. The question is, will you answer the call? Will you rise each morning with determination, knowing that your future self is watching, waiting, believing in you? Because one day you will wake up and realize that the future is here. And in that moment, you will either look in the mirror with pride, knowing you fought for the life you wanted, or with regret, wishing you had started sooner. So don't wait, don't settle, don't let fear silence your dreams. The future is not written by those who hesitate, it is built by those who dare to act. People often say, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week becomes next year, and before they know it, they are looking back at a life filled with missed opportunities. The truth is, there is no perfect moment, there is no magical day when fear disappears, when the conditions align, when everything feels just right. The only moment that truly exists is now. Most people spend their lives waiting for motivation, waiting for confidence, waiting for some external force to push them forward. But waiting is a silent thief. It steals your time, your potential, and your dreams while whispering the comforting lie that you have all the time in the world. The reality, you don't. The clock is ticking, and every second that passes is one you will never get back. The people who achieve greatness understand this. They don't wait for the perfect conditions because they know that progress is messy. They start when they feel uncertain. They take action even when fear grips them. They understand that growth comes not from waiting for confidence, but from building it through action. Somewhere in the future, a version of you exists, stronger, wiser, successful. That version is not created by hesitation, but by the courage to act today. Think about the life you want, the person you want to become. Now ask yourself, are you doing something today that your future self will thank you for? Or are you letting another day slip by? Promising yourself that you'll start when it feels right. The difference between success and regret is a single decision, to act now. No one ever reached their dreams by saying maybe tomorrow. They got there because even when it was difficult, even when they were afraid, they said, why not today? Most people never start because they are waiting for certainty. They want to be sure of success before they take the first step. But certainty is an illusion. No one who ever built something great knew exactly how things would turn out. The only thing they knew was that standing still would get them nowhere. There is a moment in life when you have to decide, will you keep dreaming or will you take action? The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not intelligence, luck, or even talent. It is the willingness to begin despite the fear of failure. The willingness to take the leap, to step into the unknown, to start even when the path is unclear. The greatest ideas in the world remain just ideas because people are too afraid to act on them. They wait for motivation, for the right timing, for some sign that guarantees they won't fail. But that moment never comes. The truth is, motivation follows action, not the other way around. Once you start, momentum builds. Once you take the first step, the next step becomes clearer. Think about your future self. The person you dream of becoming. That version of you is not created by hesitation. It is built through the small, imperfect steps you take today. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start. One step, one decision, one bold move forward. The world does not wait for those who hesitate. It rewards those who take action, who dare to begin, who refuse to let fear keep them from moving forward. Your future self is watching, counting on you to take that first step. The question is, will you? Failure is not the end. It is the beginning of something greater. Too many people let setbacks define them, believing that stumbling once means they are not meant to succeed. But the truth is, the most successful people in the world are the ones who have failed the most. They are the ones who have been knocked down, rejected, doubted. But instead of giving up, they use their failures as fuel. Every great invention, every breakthrough, every extraordinary achievement was once just an idea that seemed impossible. And behind every success story is a long list of failures, of sleepless nights, of moments when quitting seemed easier. But the difference between those who make it and those who don't is simple: persistence. People are often afraid of failure because they think it defines them, but failure does not define you. Your response to it does. You can let it break you, or you can let it build you. You can use it as an excuse to stop, or you can use it as proof that you are learning, growing, getting stronger. The road to success is never smooth. It is full of obstacles, challenges, and moments of doubt. But every struggle is shaping you into the person you are meant to be. Every difficulty is a lesson preparing you for what's ahead. The question is, will you keep going when it gets tough? Will you trust that every setback is setting you up for something greater? Your future self is counting on you to push forward, to learn from every failure, to rise every time you fall. Because one day you will look back and realize that every struggle, every challenge, and every moment of doubt was necessary to become the person you were always meant to be. Fear has a way of controlling people. It whispers in their ears, telling them they are not ready, not capable, not good enough. It convinces them to play it safe, to stay within the lines, to never take the risks that lead to something extraordinary. But the truth is, fear is a liar. It is not there to protect you. It is there to test you, to see if you will break or if you will rise above it. The people who change the world, the ones who build legacies, are not fearless. They feel the same doubt, the same uncertainty, the same hesitation as everyone else, but they refuse to let it stop them. They move forward anyway, knowing that courage is not the absence of fear, it is taking action despite it. Your future self is waiting for you to take that step, to push past the fear that is holding you back, to stop listening to the doubts that keep you trapped in the same place. Because the truth is, every great success was once on the other side of fear. Every person who has ever achieved something remarkable had a moment when they had to decide, let fear win or move forward anyway. Fear will always be there. It will try to convince you that you are not ready, that you will fail, that you should wait. But what if you didn't listen? What if instead of fearing failure, you feared regret? The regret of never trying, the regret of looking back and wondering what could have been if only you had been brave enough to start. Your future self is counting on you to silence the doubt, to take the risk, to step into the unknown, because on the other side of fear is the life you are meant to live. The only question is, will you have the courage to reach for it? There is something inside you that no one else in the world has, a unique mind, a unique voice, a unique perspective. But too often, people shrink themselves to fit into the expectations of others. They settle for average because it feels safer. They silence their dreams because they worry about what people will say. They convince themselves that they are just like everyone else, when deep down, they know they are meant for more. The truth is, you are not born to blend in. You were not given this life to simply exist and follow a path that someone else created for you. You are here to build, to create, to leave a mark that only you can leave. And the only way to do that is to embrace the fact that you are capable of greatness. But greatness is not handed out. It is earned through hard work, through resilience, through a relentless belief in yourself, even when no one else believes in you. It is built in the moments when you push forward despite doubt, despite fear, despite the voice in your head that tells you to quit. Think about the person you admire the most, someone who has achieved something incredible. They were not born extraordinary. They became extraordinary by refusing to settle. They made a decision to rise above mediocrity, to take risks, to believe in their own potential even when no one else did. And you can do the same. Your future self is watching, waiting for you to step into your potential, to stop holding back, to stop playing small, to stop waiting for permission to be great. Because no one is going to hand you your dreams. You have to go out and claim them. The only question is, will you? One day you will wake up and realize that the future has arrived, and in that moment, you will either smile with pride, knowing you gave it everything, or you will feel the weight of regret, wishing you had started sooner. The scariest thing about time is that it never stops moving. Every day, every hour, every second, it is shaping your life, whether you take control of it or not. Regret is a silent pain, the kind that lingers in the back of your mind, reminding you of the chances you didn't take, the opportunities you let slip away. It doesn't come from failure, it comes from inaction. From standing still when you should have moved, from letting fear, doubt, and hesitation steal your time. And the most painful regret is knowing you had the potential to be so much more, but you never acted on it. There will always be excuses, always be reasons to delay, to put things off, to convince yourself that another day won't make a difference. But small delays turn into months, then years, then a lifetime of wondering what if. The truth is, your future self is already waiting for you. And that version of you is either going to be proud that you took action today or disappointed that you wasted the time you were given. No one ever reaches the end of their life wishing they had hesitated more. They wish they had taken more risks, chased more dreams, believed in themselves sooner. The choice is yours. Do you want to look back with pride or with regret? Because one day the future will be here, and your future self is counting on you to make the right choice now. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is not luck, it is not intelligence, it is not talent, it is persistence. The ability to keep going when things get hard, to push forward when everything in you wants to stop, to believe in yourself when no one else does. Most people give up too soon. They start something, face a few obstacles, and convince themselves that maybe it wasn't meant to be. But the truth is, the path to success is supposed to be difficult. It is designed to test you to see how badly you want it. The people who achieve great things are not the ones who never struggle. They are the ones who refuse to quit. The world does not remember the people who almost made it. It remembers the ones who kept going when they had every reason to stop. The ones who faced rejection after rejection, but still showed up. The ones who heard no 1,000 times, but kept believing that one day they would hear yes. The ones who understood that success is not about how fast you get there, it's about whether you get there at all. Think about your future self, the person you dream of becoming. That version of you does not exist without persistence, without resilience, without the determination to rise every time you fall. Your future self is counting on you to keep moving, to keep believing, to refuse to let obstacles define your destiny. The road ahead will not be easy, but nothing worth having ever is. The question is, when things get tough, when doubt creeps in, when it feels like everything is against you, will you give up or will you keep going? Because those who keep going are the ones who make history, and that can be you. Every choice you make today is shaping the person you will become. Every action, every habit, every decision, big or small, is constructing your future. The question is, are you building the life you want, or are you letting time slip away, hoping things will somehow fall into place? The future is not something that happens to you, it is something you create. Right now, in this very moment, you are deciding what kind of person you will be in the years to come. Will you be someone who took action, who chased their dreams, who built a life they were proud of? Or will you be someone who looked back with regret, wishing they had started sooner? The truth is, success does not happen overnight. It is the result of the small, consistent efforts you put in every day, the books you read, the skills you develop, the risks you take. They all add up. No one becomes great by accident. Greatness is built in the quiet moments, when no one is watching, when you choose to work instead of making excuses, when you push yourself just a little harder than you did yesterday. Your future self is watching, waiting for you to take control, waiting for you to stop waiting, because the life you want, the success you dream of, the person you hope to become, all of it depends on what you do right now. The world will not hand you your dreams. You have to claim them. You have to fight for them. You have to start today. One day you will look back on this moment and see it as the turning point, the moment you decided to take your future into your own hands. The only question is, will you make that choice now, or will you let another day slip away? Because time will pass either way, and your future self is counting on you. As we stand at the crossroads of today and tomorrow, the choices we make now will echo throughout our future. Every action you take, every decision you make, every risk you dare to embrace will shape the life you are destined to live. Your future self is not some distant, abstract idea. It is a reflection of what you choose to do in this moment. We often look at successful people and wonder how they did it. How did they overcome obstacles? How did they rise above fear and doubt? The answer is simple. They started. They didn't wait for the perfect moment or the right conditions. They began when they were scared, uncertain, and unsure of the outcome. They believed in the power of action, knowing that even the smallest steps forward would eventually lead to something monumental. You have the same power inside you. The ability to change your future is within your hands right now. The only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is your willingness to begin. The future you want is not some far-off dream. It's waiting for you to claim it today. And yes, the journey will be difficult. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, times when you'll want to give up. But remember this, every single one of those moments is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become the person you are meant to be. Your future self is counting on you to act now, to stop waiting, stop hesitating, and start creating. The time is never going to feel perfect. But if you take that first step, the next one will be clearer. The next one will be easier. And before you know it, you'll look back and realize that the person you always dreamed of becoming was born from the decisions you made today. So ask yourself, what kind of person do you want to be? The one who let fear and doubt dictate their choices, or the one who took control, who believed in their potential, and who made their future happen? The choice is yours, and your future self is counting on you to make the right. As you stand here today, remember this, the decisions you make right now are not just fleeting moments. They are the seeds that will grow into the reality of your future. You might not see the impact of your choices immediately, but with each passing day, the foundation of your future is being laid. Your future self is watching, waiting for you to take action, to move beyond the barriers that hold you back, and to start building the life you truly want. Every successful person, every person who has achieved something great has had moments just like yours. Moments when they were uncertain, moments when they questioned their path, moments when they were afraid to take the first step. But the one thing that set them apart was their willingness to begin anyway. They didn't wait for the perfect conditions, they created them. They didn't wait for confidence to show up. They took action and confidence followed. They didn't let fear dictate their future. They used it as a signal that they were on the right track. Think about it. The people who inspire you, the ones you look up to, are not extraordinary because they were handed something special. They became extraordinary because they took their fears, their challenges, their failures, and turned them into lessons that propelled them forward. They embraced the struggle, knowing that the discomfort of growth was far more valuable than the comfort of staying stagnant. And now, you are at that same crossroad. You stand at the edge of a choice. Will you take the path of least resistance, the one that promises safety but leaves you wondering, what if? Or will you step into the unknown, into the discomfort of growth, into the challenge of pursuing your dreams, knowing that each step you take will bring you closer to the life you envision? Your future self, the one you dream about, the one you aspire to become, is waiting for you to take that leap. But it's not just about taking a leap once and calling it done. It's about showing up every single day, consistently making choices that align with your goals, your values, and the life you want to build. Your future self is counting on you to make the small choices today that will compound into the big successes of tomorrow. It's in the habits you form, the discipline you apply, and the persistence you carry, even when no one is watching. The journey will not be easy. There will be times when you feel like giving up, when the weight of uncertainty and failure feels unbearable. But remember, nothing worth having comes without effort. The greatest rewards often come after the hardest battles. And every time you rise from a fall, you grow stronger, smarter, and more capable of facing the next challenge. So don't wait for the perfect moment to act. There will never be one. The perfect moment is the one you create. The decision you make today to stop waiting, to stop hesitating, to take action, that is what will shape your future. Your future self is counting on you. They are waiting for you to be brave, to trust your potential, to step into the unknown. They are counting on you to stop being afraid of failure and to start using it as a stepping stone. They are counting on you to stop living in the shadow of doubt and to start living with the confidence that comes from knowing you are capable of more than you've ever allowed yourself to believe. You are not just building a future for today, you are building a future for the person you are becoming. So make the choice now to act with purpose, to act with determination, and to act with the belief that you are worthy of the life you dream of. Every small step you take will add up, and before you know it, you will look back and realize that everything you wanted, everything you dreamed of, was possible because you started today. And when you get to that future, when you meet that person you've always wanted to be, you will be proud. You will know that the choices you made, the risks you took, the challenges you faced, and the actions you took in the face of uncertainty were all worth it. And you will look back with gratitude for the person you were today, the one who made the decision to begin. Your future self is counting on you. What will you do with this moment?